someone that has talked to, has talked you through things, sometimes actually we don't need we need mentors for direction, okay? Just like we need the Holy Spirit. Just like we need the Holy Spirit for guidance, we need mentors to align us in terms of our career, in terms of our businesses, okay? We have to have people that show us, you know what, you're going this, do this. And most especially, even if you're in business, you may not have a person, let's say, in line with business exactly. You could have a mentor in terms of finance, yeah, which a lot of us are grappling with. You can have that, a financial finance. Extremely hard. Even other cities is high, so you might want to cut costs. And how do you do that? You need mentorship. Yeah, for the vulnerable people, ask the women. Of course, the women, the youth, they need mentors. Yeah, if you're starting a journey of a certain career, how have you been guided? Yes, I do believe there is career guidance in schools, but it's not enough. It's just a one-day thing, they tell you the basics about life, or okay, do this, but then you need a one-on-one every day. Someone that shapes your career, shapes you to be the woman, the woman you have to be, or the man you have to be 10 years from now. That is why we need mentors. Trust me, you can't do this on our own. You can't do this on their own. We can't do this on our own. And try as much as you can to get, okay, you may not get necessarily a mentor that you want, like in business or in your career, but you can get an all-round mentor, in life, because away from career, you also have other aspects in life, so mentorship for me is quite key. Yeah. So we have had different initiatives that have been brought up, mostly in Uganda, looking at youth mentorship programs. You can enroll for some courses. You can enroll, and they teach you basics, yeah, and how to deal with life and how to go about life. Yeah. Well, we also have success 5 pillars. Yes, that is championing by leaders. We have the ones that are strategically planned. We have the ones that are measured and defined. We have participants who are trained. So mentorship has a big role to do. But what I can say, actually, because Africa is a population that is really full of youth. Yes, youth cover the largest population in Africa. So that is where our main focus should be. But do you think the youth are ready to be mentored, like to be we do not want to learn. We do not want someone to tell us what to do. I mean, because we believe that egocentric side of it is too much when you are youth, because you feel like you can do something on your own. But like they say, someone may not be as old as your grandmother. They could be a parent. They could be quite older than you, a bit older, 10 years, maybe 20 years. Those are the people that have lived more than you have lived. So you have the right to call them mentors. Actually, feel free, okay? Feel free to reach out to someone you've been looking up to and tell them, you know what? I want you to mentor me. I want you to be my life coach. I want you to help me be the woman or be the man that you are now. How did you go about it? And trust me, through those mentors, you're going to get connections. You're talking about a world that is full of networking, connections. That is how you're going to get your opportunity that you've been waiting for. So it is quite interesting how you mentor someone and they become something that you envision them to be for you. You may not get a prize, There are professional mentors, but then there are mentors naturally that want to see. So it's at the end of the day, you're adding something to your life. You'll be remembered for that. So feel free, if you have ideas, if you have, if you're in a space to mentor, mostly the young girls and women, Because why I'm emphasizing on the young girls and women, I'm not trying to be a sexist, okay? But these are the vulnerable people that we have mostly. When we talk about the youth, we look at girls, mostly those that, got involved in early pregnancies and maybe they dropped out of school. So they need encouragement, yeah? To tell them, you know what, it's okay. It's okay. It happened. It really happened, but what do you do? What are we doing thereafter? Because at the end of the day, we have different families. We came from different backgrounds, and there is no going back to school or progressing in further studies. So we need people like this, but of course we've seen different programs that have really come up to help the youth, to provide them with skills. You can learn a skill actually. You don't have to be born. Talent is one that is born with, but a skill you can learn it. We saw recently hundreds of graduates from vocational schools, and they've learned a lot from that, and hope they're going to spread it around the communities due to the different programs that have started: shoemaking, hairdressing, construction. It's a lot, and that is why we say, if you feel academics, because we really do understand, I would understand if academics are not your go-to thing. We could take you to a school and learn, yeah? That is why, for you to be a mentor, for a child or a youth to be a mentor, there has to be, let's say, the connection, even with the parents, because at the end of the day, there has to be an understanding between these two parties, the child and the parents as well, so that they agree. Okay, if at all they don't agree at some point, there is a lot of disagreement in the family. So yeah, there has to be also that. So we've seen different mentors that have really prepared the youth with skills that will be used for them, by them actually, to earn a living. It's not just about knowing and skill and doing that, yeah? It's about using your skill to impact the community, to impact the society that you're living in, yeah? And of course, we've seen mentorships, leadership, in terms of leadership, in terms of entrepreneurship, there are very many mentors in very many spaces, yeah? So we've had different programs that have come up, even with government. The government has also, there's also boy mentorship actually, if you didn't know. It's not all about the girls and the women, no. So boys have been neglected at some point. I say that because I know they've been neglected, yeah, at some point. So we need to have a balance between boys and girls. We have to involve each and every one. Yeah, and of course, we've had different initiatives, like I'd said. We have like Topowa mentorship that emphasizes mostly on girls. Yeah, like I'd said, people are interested in girls, females, because they're the vulnerable people that we have around. They are prone to very many things, society norms, cultural norms, like early pregnancies. Usually for women, it's out there. Evidence is there. Yeah, if I told you conceived and if 9 months, its evidence is there. So we have to train these children, these girls, these boys, on how to prepare for the future. Okay, so it shouldn't be a one-day thing like career guidance. No, it should be maybe like a subject or a course that guides them on how to live on with the different skills that they have learned, the different opportunities that they get, to enhance themselves. Now, I could take an instance now. If I was a mentor I was an advocate actually, I would emphasize on the new technology, the digital era that we are living in, to align them in that direction actually, because trust me, even if you do business, you need AI one way or the other. It will have to come in. So let's educate them the right way. If we are mentoring them, let's mentor them the right way. And of course, if you have a mentor, they're human. They have their own issues. So do not be shocked if probably your mentor is also not finding it easy in their business or in their company. It's okay. You know, failures are part of success. Like we usually have a quote there. Failures are part of success, and they help you learn from the mistakes that you've been doing over and over again, okay? So we're going to continue with this conversation later on at around 8:15. But as of now, let's get to see what is happening to the press. Well, for the lovers of politics, I see here as Vesige favored to lead a new party. Well, what's happening? What is happening? That and more when you grab yourself a copy. And of course, new bridge to spur trade transport in Kalido Palace. You can see I'm seeing quite, wow, it's beautiful actually, beautiful. Oh, goodness. Yeah. It is, the bridge which is part of the 4.5-kilometer road built by Arab contractors at 76 billion Ugandan shillings. Cuts across major swamps. Yeah, you can see swamps on either sides, and will boost trade and movement between two districts after a long battle with floods, which always rendered the transport impassable. So, like we said, infrastructure is always one of the hindrances of trade. Yeah, it also is one of the things that hinders trade. And of course, new mobile money rules unrealistic, says agents. And of course, mobile money agents in Kampala have said that the Bank of Uganda directives to use national IDs for transaction of 1 million shillings and above are not viable. What do you mean are not viable? But this is for the good of you. I mean, what does it cost you for a person to present to you a national ID? I mean, for every Ugandan actually, for every Ugandan should possess a national identity. Whatsoever, this is for the good actually of people, of agents. Yeah, what does it cost for a person to present to you their national ID? Yeah, so maybe for those that do not have, probably find it so hard. You know, Ugandans are quite stubborn. When they do not have a certain thing, make kalakasa. And of course, Ubos to count refugees, islanders, army, and the special groups. Oh, okay. As we just 10 days to go, 9 days actually, 9 days to go for the census. So get ready, get your head ready to be counted, okay? And of course, in the new vision, as Museveni calls for reforms at World Bank, yes, and of course, dozens killed as dam bursts into flood hit, that is in Kenya. Well, there's a lot of floods recently that have been hampering with the floods lately, and of course the people's president celebrated his 50 years. Yeah, and of course hope there's not going to be birthdays all over the districts everywhere. Yes, and of course there were over 20 heads of state from Africa yesterday who met the World Bank's National Development Association (IDA) and demanded change in its funding model. And of course, meeting in Nairobi, Kenya, during the Heads of State Summit, the leaders noted that whereas IDA has been the biggest source of funding for Africa, it is not. Its model for sustainable growth has not produced the desired development on the ground. Yeah, there are some heads of state, around 20 heads of state from Africa attended this. Yes, and it's good. And of course, Minister Oriem hails the Netherlands Best Farmers competition. Yeah, Oh, okay. Politics, and of course, Wakiso authorities decry poor roads. Yeah, as you can see, frustrated of floods. Ooh, it's a wet season, trust me. And when it rains, it pours heavily. Yeah, and problems around Wakiso. Poor infrastructure is quite key for business to move in certain areas, mostly if they're near business centers. And of course, looking at Aga Khan, unveils the 380 billion facility to end medical tourism. Okay, interesting. As those people that usually go to other countries for medical attention. We're not talking about to visit hospitals, but this is for the the ministers, those high-end people that go to different, or maybe even because there are some things we can't do in Uganda, so they have to refer you to another hospital, maybe in Kenya or maybe in South Africa. Yeah, so that is what they meant by medical tourism. Yeah, and of course, Uganda, Russia partner to enhance neonatal health. This is all about health. Yeah, and of course, looking at ICT Ministry has unveiled a toolkit to streamline innovation, and of course, looking at it at effective intellectual property strategies, nurture creativity. Yes, yes. And of course, your USB pledged to support innovators to create sustainable technology. I am vouching for this. I am really into this. Trust me. We want to see these kiddos, we want to see these guys being supported, yeah, because they do tremendous work and they're never recognized. Even if they're recognized, they're not given there are not available resources that can push for their innovation. Yes, and that is when people will say Africa is not creative enough, which I feel is not the best ideal. It's just that we lack finances here and there, but we are good to go. We are really good to go. And of course, bad weather, poverty, worsen mental health issues. Well, interesting. Now, like last year we were at 30%, we could be at 45% of Palace. Because now you're seeing the bad weather and poverty worsening things. Mentally, people are running mad. Yeah, people are insane. Yeah. Yeah, so definitely, and of course, new mobile money rules run into hurdles. Yeah, let's look at how this is really hindering them now. Now, the central bank's new regulations, which took immediate effect, mandate all customers making mobile money transactions above 1 million to present valid national identity cards to mobile money agents during these transactions. Yeah, well, yeah, in a survey that was conducted, mobile money businesses was going on as usual. Yeah, I mean, always as responsible citizens, always carry your national ID. It could be needed anywhere, but be careful though. Be careful, it may get lost. So, but it's quite understandable. I mean, just do as required and think life will move on easy with you. Yeah. And of course, raising awareness in blood type compatibility. Experts have added. Some of you, as old as you are, some of you do not know your blood type, do not know your body type, you do not know your height. How can you live in such a state? In case you needed blood, would you even know the type of blood you have, or you'll go for extra costs to have your blood tested? Well, coffee farmers are all smiles over raising prices. Well, and of course, farmers in different parts of the country are smiling from ear to ear following the upsurge in coffee prices. Now, currently, a farm gate price of a kilo of Robusta coffee is at what? Well, this is interesting. 125,000 Ghanaian shillings. This is interesting, from 6,500 to 125,000. Well, isn't this a good time for you to be a coffee farmer? Yes, well, of course, right about now, as you can see, I think, where are we? Chira Road. Yes, I think we are Chira Road. As you can see, yeah, the traffic is moving on quite steady and well. Yeah, and of course, due to the fact that there is a traffic office, even if there wasn't a traffic office, I believe at least Ghanaians have gotten the hang of adhering to the traffic rules and regulations. Yeah, so as you can see, cars coming in from that end, probably coming in from Mulago, coming in from going, maybe going also going to the city center, also going to their workplaces. Yeah, but a lot, not so much going that end, but of course coming there because some of them reside that way. Those ends are also residential areas, coming in from their residential areas using this route, you know, to head to Tinda, Bukoto, yeah, that side actually, Lugogo as well. Yeah, so the situation right there, as you can see, there is a least order. That this road is actually quite orderly. Yeah, usually orderly compared to access road. Yeah, it's quite orderly because not so many vehicles use that road. Yeah, except maybe when they're coming in from Ginger Road. Yeah. They're coming in from Ginger Road, but not so much because at least there is some order. Usually some order, I will say. If you're coming in from the city center, there is a little bit of order. Yeah. And maybe if you be going to the industrial park, yes, actually, yeah. Well, of course, cars coming in from this side of the road, as you can see. And of course, as we await for, this could be among the final days for the students to really do break off on the 3rd of May. They'll be breaking off also to join in the head counting, yeah, as well. So not so much traffic, it's quite orderly. You can come in a few minutes, you're already moving. Yeah, other roads are quite busy actually. So at least you can see not so many cars are on the road because, I mean, some schools are really broken off. So there is no need for some people to be on the road as early as 6, you know, to be, take their kids to be at school by 8 or 7:30. Yeah, definitely. There is order, just a space of 3 to highest 4 minutes, and you are ready to get yourself moving, got yourself going to the different work destinations or to the business center, wherever you could be going. So definitely, I believe if you are coming in from any of those areas, you are well acquainted and know that it's not so much congested right there. You can move smoothly. Yeah, the city is quite, this morning is quite nice to have a walk, go for a stroll, you know, yeah, before you get to work, run a few, you know, kilometers. It's quite movable actually. This road here, the Chira Road, it's usually quite quite movable. The traffic is quite movable. It's less congested. The cars are not held up for many minutes, around 2 to 3 minutes, and you are ready to get to your different destination. Well, 28 minutes, just a few minutes to hit it to 7:30 a.m. Well, that is it for the traffic updates. We hope that you get safely to where your workplace is and get on time. You know, reach there 15 minutes to the required time. Well, I'm going in for a commercial break. I'll be right back with East Africa and international business news. Do stick around.